So if you've been on the internet, you've probably seen a bunch of content about AI and large language models. But it seems like the common sentiment is that they're either Terminator-esque, end of the world type scenario, or they're like magic black boxes where you ask them what they want and they just do everything. So we're gonna break down how they work in this video so we can all better understand what these LLMs are doing underneath the hood. Large language models like Chat GPT generate text by predicting the next word in a sequence based on what's coming before. The key to how they work is a powerful transformer architecture. So let's see how this works in practice. Firstly, you start off with the training data. No language model will be anything without its data. This includes data sets like books, websites, articles, and all that it's trained on during its training process. The model does not memorize the text, but learns statistical patterns. For example, it understands that the sky is often followed by the word blue. This learning happens through a process called unsupervised learning, where the model predicts missing words and adjusts itself based on how accurate it was. Next, you have the tokenization. Before processing, the text is broken into smaller units called tokens. Tokens can be words, they can be parts of words, or even like single letters. For example, running may be split into run and then ning. This helps the model process language into manageable chunks. Every token is assigned a unique number so the model can handle it mathematically. And the whole thing that ties it all together is its neural network transformer architecture. It's the backbone of how LLMs work. Transformers use layers of neurons, which are mathematical functions that process input and pass refined data on to the next layer. And one of the key features here is a self-attention process, which allows the model to identify the most important words in a sentence. For example, in "the cat sat on the mat," the attention helps the model focus on cat when predicting what sat refers to. Next, you have parameters. The model's intelligence comes from billions of these parameters, which are adjustable weights inside the neural network. These parameters are fine-tuned during the training to improve how the model understands patterns. You can think of parameters as the model's memory of everything gets learned. And then finally, here we have inference. So when you input text, the model tokenizes it, processes it through the transformer's layers, and uses its parameters to predict the most likely next tokens. It does this in a step-by-step fashion, generating a complete and coherent response. For example, if you type "why is the sky," the model calculates probabilities for all possible next words and picks the most likely one, like blue. In summary, LLMs use advanced math, pattern recognition, and billions of tiny adjustments to generate human-like text. They don't necessarily understand meaning, but are incredibly good at analyzing and replicating language patterns, which at the end of the day is kind of how humans work in the first place.